Okay, backswing rotation and how much you need is a bit of a misunderstood topic, okay? People assume the more you rotate, the further you're going to hit the golf ball, the more energy you're going to create, which is a bit of a swing myth. So what we tend to see, even with the best players in the world, they don't actually rotate as much as your amateur golfer. The amateur golfer, in terms of the pelvis and torso, will try and max out their rotations, okay, try and physically rotate as far as they can rotate. Now, what this does is, okay, you may have great rotation, but it makes everything else in terms of the side bends and the tilts very flat. So for me to rotate as far as I can physically rotate, that means I have to do all of my work with a very flat pelvis, a very flat upper body, which gets rid of any kind of angles that I need to have to make consistent contact with the golf ball, okay? So what we tend to find is more symmetry as opposed to amount. So when I say symmetry, what I mean is if we have 35 degrees of pelvis rotation at the top of the backswing, we would want 35 degrees of pelvis rotation open at the point of impact, okay? Now this is very, very key, okay, because the body can only rotate so much in an amount of time, okay? So now, from the top of the backswing into impact, we're looking at a very, very short amount of time, about 0.2 of a second, okay, from here to impact. If I am 65 degrees closed at the top, and my ambition is to get to 40 degrees open at impact, that's a 100-degree range of rotation that I've got to try and apply in no time at all, which is just not possible. It's not possible for your tour pros, let alone for the guys who are sat at a desk all day. So what we want to try and feel is that we are not rotating the pelvis as much as we can. We don't want to max it out, okay? Because what that will do, that will massively hinder the right hip and how the right hip works, because we want some tilt and side bend to this hip where that right hip raises. We want to internally rotate into this hip, okay, which creates a lot of power. It allows us to load the lateral border, the medial border of the foot instead of the lateral border of the foot, keep the pressure on the inside, making transition much easier. Now, if there is any stretching to do in terms of the rotations, the key part is that we want to create some separation between the pelvis rotation and the torso rotation. Okay, it's the separation, that's the real X factor, to be honest. So if my lower body's rotated at 35 and my upper body's rotated at 90, well, I've got a really good stretch there. There's no point my pelvis rotating 60 and my upper body rotating at 80 because the stretches are only at 20 degrees. Now, if there's any stretch that we want to do, this is the key stretch, okay? This is our real X factor. Not trying to separate loads on the way down. The key part is, can I separate my upper body, my torso, from my pelvis? And can I separate my pelvis from my torso, okay? Now, this creates proper stretches that we need, allows the upper body to rotate separately to the lower body. The range of motion is now realistic where I can symmetrically match that pelvis rotation at impact, allowing us to get plenty open, okay, creating a lot of space. This is our power move.